in the vast, deep forest of Hyrule. Long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now! Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends on thee!
Hello everyone at Ninbuzz, my name is GrandPyromania, and I'm bringing you a brand new Let's Play! On behalf of Ninbuzz, as I just stated, and yes, it is indeed Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. Alright, so this game is actually considered to be one of the best games of all time. I think it actually got like a 10 out of 10 at IGN. And it's notable because it's like one of the first Nintendo games to do so. And many gamers just widely regard it as one of the best games of all time. And rightfully so, it is a very, very good game. So, without further ado, we are currently looking through the eyes of Navi the Fairy. And we finally enter Link's humble abode. So let's see here. Aw, Link's sleeping. Hello, Link, wake up. The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up. And I'm just shivering in his sleep. Hey, come on! Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Link's like, alright, jeez, stop giving me like a frickin' heart attack, or seizure. These flashing lights. Anyway, let's see here. You finally woke up. I'm Navi, the fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Alright, pushy. Alright, so what we want to do here first is, leave the house. Alright. Awesome, so we are now in the Kokiri Forest, as if it wasn't painfully obvious. Yes, it's a forest where all the Kokiri live. Yeah. Unfortunately, right now, commentary is kind of a bit stale because it's like the first couple minutes of the game. Yahoo! Hi, Link! Alright, so that's Saria, our childhood friend. She apparently does not get a name. So, finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. Yeah, so, basically the Great Deku Tree is like the father to all the Kokiri, and hence why everyone's like, oh my god, the Great Deku Tree! But, you know, as a father, clearly he only has time for certain kids, because, you know, he plays favorites. That much is obvious. As you just saw, we can't really go that way yet, because, we want to go to Great Deku Tree, and that way just leads us out of the forest. So, yeah. Anyway, if we head over here and jump these platforms over here, if you don't, like, mess up, you actually get 5 rupees. Not half bad, eh? Alright, unfortunately, one of the biggest complaints about this game— no, Link, I don't want to die. One of the biggest complaints about this game is that Navi will continuously annoy us with random information. Anyway, hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. I'm sorry, that statement is very contradictory. If you don't have a fairy, you're not a man. Wait, yeah. Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh. Yeah. Haters gonna hate, unfortunately. So that's Mido. He's largely jealous of Link because we're better in almost every single way. Anyway, so what we're gonna do here is actually go up this upcoming ramp here to the left. If we go this way, then we can actually get to a place of magical wonder, also known as the place where we get the Kokiri Sword. Yeah. Kokiri Sword is the sword we're going to be using for a good amount of time. And it's pretty much the only one of its kind, meaning if the Kokiri ever got attacked, we'd be royally screwed. Yeah, well no, except for one person. But even then, I'm sure Kokiri don't really know how to use weapons. Anyway, if you go through, like, patches of grass like that, you can actually find rupees. Why you can doesn't really make sense, but hey, just go with the flow. It's a Nintendo game. Alright, so let's open this chest, and we got the Kokiri Sword! Awesome! Alright, so go to the equipment subscreen, This is the hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. Yep. So, and now we have to Indiana Jones this. Not really, actually. This is actually really, really simple. And oh, right. I actually have to equip my sword. Duh, dummy. Jeez. Alright. And no, Link. We do not want the weed. We want to cut it. And let's just... Ow! That was rather painful. Not fun. Okay, so, also if you go to the left here, you can get a blue rupee. Blue rupees are worth 5 rupees. Rupees are obviously the currency of this game. We actually need 40 rupees before we can advance. And I know it seems like a relatively big number, but it's not too bad. All we have to do is just, basically just kind of run around and do attacks and stuff. And also, be sure not to Z-target here, because it's a real pain in the butt to, like, escape the Z-target, so to speak, because there's always something to lock on. So, it's really annoying. And, yay, we're on a fence. No. Anyway, so, what we want to do is actually go straight to that house, across here, so enter this door. And, if you do so, you can actually steal this guy's treasures, and you get... Here's 1 green rupee. Let's see. And here's 1 blue rupee. Here is... Come on, Link. Come on, Link. There we go. Here's another blue rupee. Yes, I know I'm jumping the gun here, but I've played through this game many times, so... Yeah. And here's a recovery heart. Recovery hearts obviously restore your health. Our health is marked by the 3 hearts at the top left. And I'm sorry, I just kind of make fun of myself. I just find it funny how I'm like explaining like the core mechanics of Ocarina of Time to you guys when it's been out for like a good 12 years or so, and like I'm sure a good many of you guys have played it. So I'm sorry, I find that kind of funny. Anyway, so we have 38 rupees. I was actually afraid here that I was gonna have to like speed it up off screen or something, or collect them all off screen, but it looks like I'm getting them relatively quickly, so no need for those kind of shenanigans. Alright, so let's just go across this bridge, and oh jeez! Alright, I'll be back in a minute up there. Alright guys, so I'm back, and we didn't actually like jump off the bridge. And now I think we will. So I don't have to swim. Yay, jumping. Okay. If we go inside this high link, look this way. Okay, fine. Yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. Really? No. She basically just basically if you can target her like you just did, you're good to go. Welcome. Alright, so let's go buy the Deku Shield. If I remember correctly, there's actually a way to like get a discount on it. I don't really remember though. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Zelda game, which I mean, a lot of Zelda games have the same mechanics, so it's pretty easy to get them mixed up in my opinion, so whatever. Okay, so let's go equip this magical shield of magical wonders. And awesome, we have the Deku Shield equipped. So now we have a sword and a shield. And let's go this way direction. Wait, yeah, this way direction. And of course, Link wants to get his feet wet. Jump across this. Let's talk to Mido. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri Sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? And yes, he gets out of the way, because he acknowledges our amazing powers of super special awesomeness. Alright, so, not to cut it short, first let me just show combat, and if you cut these guys, which is relatively easy, you get a Deku Stick. And yeah, so, not to cut the video a little bit short, I seem to be running a bit low on time, guys, so if you guys like this part, sound off in the comments, subscribe, comment, check out my own channel, and I'll see you guys later!